think so. Okay, I think Martin is mad. Yeah, that was BS on the fire pit. That was my... You're talking. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Happy Friday. Okay, final review of the week. What an interesting week it's been. To be honest, I have to give it to Love Island producers. I feel like for the past couple of weeks we've definitely been bored, but this week came to show us a little bit of pepper, which I'm 100% here for. So a lot for us to discuss and unpick and unpack from today's episode. A lot of singlets to tear because some contestants were really just irritating me, and I'm sure you know who I'm speaking about. Okay, thank you very much. So as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and therefore join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. And number three, as I usually and always say, please get cozy and comfy with a hot Ribena and some snacks, and let us get into this review. So let us start off with the aftermath of the recoupling. If you haven't watched yesterday's review, I urge you to watch it. Okay, because I made my viewpoints very clear as to every single contestant, every Casa girl, my opinions are very clear, and in this review I'm going to make them even clearer because it's like some people are not well upstairs. I'm just so confused. But we can start off with Kai hugging Shaq. Guys, I won't lie, Kai has definitely grown on me, like, over the past couple of episodes. It's crazy. It just goes to show, like, you know, when you're literally in a couple with someone, you need to make sure that person compliments you, because I could not stand him with Olivia. I couldn't stand both of them together. But him with Sammie, it's like we're seeing a new side of Kai. I don't know, but I'm actually really liking Kai at the moment. But of course, he was hugging Shaq, which we're going to get into later, because Shaq was automatically, okay, distraught with the whole situ with Tasha bringing Martin. Tanya bringing Martin back, who also needs his singlet torn, because I don't know who Martin thinks he is. He's bluffing, but we're going to get into that shortly, don't worry. Of course, Olivia was hugging Sammie, saying that I'm a girl's girl, which she isn't. I've already told you guys in yesterday's review. The way Olivia irks me, I don't know if any other islander has ever made me feel this way. That's why sometimes I have to wonder, am I okay? Because I don't know this girl in real life, but she irritates me when she breathes and the camera pans to her. I'm irritated. And Jessie, the first of many tears. Guys, I am surprised Jessie still had water left in her body, because the tears that came from today's episode, at first I was like, oh, but then every single second over Will. Be serious, okay? But we're gonna get into that shortly. Let's start off with Shaq speaking to the guys. Of course, he started crying, getting emotional, saying that he feels like he's played himself, that I told you that I love you. If I tell a girl that I love her, it's because I mean it. I feel like a dickhead. In all honesty, I hear where Shaq is coming from, okay? Like, don't get me wrong, I know we were all quite when they were both saying I love you to each other, but he stayed true to his word at the end of the day, and he stayed true to himself. And although he has displayed very interesting amber / red flags, he's human. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, I feel like these past couple episodes have really allowed us to see Shaq's emotional side as well. And a guy that shows emotion is very, very, very attractive. So it's a big shame, but I do need Shaq to stand up. I wouldn't mind a new bombshell coming in to whisk him off his feet and just progress there, because Tanya, that one, her head is still clearly in the clouds, but we're going to get into her soon as well. Let's move on to, okay, let's move on to Tanya. Tanya started crying to Olivia, saying that she feels really sick, and basically saying, oh, do you feel like it's really over? And Olivia was like, no, guys should say that, you know, when people are emotional and emotions are rampant, these type of things that they say. Like I said in yesterday's review, Tanya really just wanted to Tanya wanted to have her cake and eat it. You cannot. And the premise, this is what I mean, like, the premise of her reasoning is very interesting to me, because yeah, you're saying that the reason why you and Shaq have such a long relationship, and sorry guys, my camera is flashing and I don't know why, I definitely charged this battery. Anyway, you're saying that, yeah, me and Shaq are this way because we've known each other since the beginning. She essentially just wanted to bring Martin in as a filler. So, okay, I still want to get to know Martin, but because I don't want to completely see if things don't go anywhere, which they're not, by the way, things aren't going anywhere there, but because I don't want to completely write that off, I'm going to bring you back in the villa so I can also get to know you at the same time. I'm also going to get to know Shaq. So her reasoning as well is very interesting, but we're going to get into her shortly as well, because a lot of conversations do take place between her and Martin, who needs to leave. Okay, his energy in today's episode told me all that I needed to know. I don't like that guy. Let's move on to Lana and Ron. Nothing to discuss. Moving on swiftly. Oh, in fact, back to Lana and Ron. Guys, there's one troll, and I just haven't blocked you because I can't be bothered, but there's one troll that keeps commenting like, oh, I hate the way you speak about Lana and Ron. I really don't care. These are my reviews for a reason. If you want to come and do up cheerleading for Lana and Ron, you can also set up a channel and do your own videos. You can't keep getting on to me for, it's my, they don't give for me, and it's been like that. It's fine. Let it go, okay? If you stand Lana wrong, guys, that's fine, but don't come and push that onto me. I've really said what I've said, and I mean it. So let's move on to Kai and Sanam. He was saying that he's really glad that he chose her and gets to know, and is going to try and get to know her even more, and was also talking about Olivia's speech. I already made my points very clear from yesterday's review. Olivia's delusional, number one. And what was so weird was Kai actually seemed quite happy. Like, when Olivia walked in with Maxwell, guys, Kai was smiling for her. He was happy because guess what? I found my person and you've also found your person. And I really like Sanam, guys. I've told you guys this already. She's good vibes. She's a beautiful babe. I'm definitely here for her. Now, let's move on to Jessie, Olivia, and Sammie, because this is the first of many conversations. Jessie, for me, guys, I've made it very clear from the jump. You can go back to probably my first, second, whatever review, wherever she entered with that guy. I even forgot his name. But whenever she entered with her paddy, I've already told you guys I don't know how I feel about this girl. In today's episode, it actually did let me know that Jessie is not only not a girl's girl, but she is actually quite fake. So of course they were all speaking and Jessie was just like, Olivia, Madame Delusional, of course, was just like, I'm just shocked. I feel like he's fake. I mean, I can't believe he done that to me, etc, etc. And then Jessie opens her mouth and it's just like, you have your hands, how does he have his hands around her? It's only been 3 days. Then Sanam walks in, she stops instantly and starts smiling. It's giving fake. That's exactly what it's giving. And for that reason, Jessie, your points were already low. They are even lower. As Nicole says, our good sis, in the what? In the bin. Let's move on to Casey speaking to Claudia. By the way, guys, this is going to be a long review because we're already 8 minutes in. There's a lot to discuss, okay? There is actually a lot to discuss. But Casey, of course, was speaking to Casey was speaking to Claudia, talking to him about, you know, what happened in Casa, and about the whole kissing and so. Guys, like I said, bin the word test. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of it. Every day, I just feel like Casa was the real test. Did you guys see the way Casey was acting? I was even convinced that Casey would pick Cynthia. We did not hear Claudia's name once. My Nigerianness always comes out. Anyway, we did not hear Claudia's name once during Casa Amor. So you say, no, I feel like it was the ultimate test. No, you wanted to taste a piece of chocolate. You managed to get that and you decided to go back to Claudia. We're going to get into all of them later anyway. But for me, Casey, it's a shame because you guys know I was standing Casey. He was my guy, but he ain't anymore because no, you don't come and say, oh, it was a test. Very stupid concept. I'm sorry, girls, if you're watching, or guys, if you're in a relationship or situ with someone and they want to come and tell you they decided to act out because it was a test to see if you were real, listen to me well, okay? You need to let them go because I don't understand why you think that concept is a reasonable foundation to stand on for you deciding to go out of character and do something to someone that you actually care about. Let's make it make sense quickly. Let's move on to Martin and Tanya. Guys, is Martin mad? I think so. Okay. I think Martin is mad. I think Martin really wanted us to know that his mic was on today. And I need to really drag and tear that singlet because you are an extra. Someone even commented on my video yesterday that I love reading you guys' comments that Martin shouldn't unpack. Don't unpack, babe. Next flight to Dublin leaves tomorrow. You are getting on the next flight out of there. Martin raising his voice to Tanya saying, this was literally him. I'll be honest, yeah. Yeah, like, you know, I can't even do his accent. Anyway, it was just like, I'll be honest, yeah. Yeah, like, I just feel like that was muggy. Yeah, that was BS on the fire pit. That was my... You're talking. If I actually twist at your lip. Guys, I said, wait. Martin, you, extra, talking like this. You're absolutely bluffing, guys. I'll be honest with you. He's very muggy for that and he's mad. Okay, I don't always like calling people mad, but for Martin's behavior today, he can be deemed as mad. Because for me, even his body language as well, like, we're going to get into that later on in the review anyway, because throughout the episode, there were a lot of gaps between them. But it's just scary vibes. The body language, the screw face, you're lucky. You're lucky Tanya gave you access to this villa because you weren't supposed to see this villa in the first place. You're lucky that you managed to go for a girl that is unfortunately naive, but don't unpack, babe, because you are going home. Tanya defo said that she feels like she realized Tanya looked like she realized that she messed up, and I'm not surprised, okay? Throughout this episode, we're also going to see it as well. Like I said yesterday, her and Martin are not lasting. Let's move on to... Also, side note, I finally deeped. You guys kept telling me in my comments like, oh, he looks like an uncle. I was like, no, like he's good looking. He's just a damn Yeah, he looks like someone's uncle. Straight from Ibadan. Okay, straight from Ibadan, Nigeria. So let's move on to Shaq pulling Martin for a chat. Very interesting because he decided to pull Martin for a chat before pulling Tanya, and I was like, damn, Shaq may be done, but we know that he still ends up falling in love with her anyway. But they were essentially saying that there's no bad blood. Them sitting side by side to each other did let me know that Shaq is the better looking guy and Martin is bad vibes. And like I said, he needs to not unpack, because all that energy for someone who gave you access to this villa. Don't make me slap you twice. Oh guys, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm not an aggressive person, by the way, but I'm Nigerian, so we just say these type of things. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Olivia pulling Sanam for a chat, saying that there isn't an issue between them. It's between her and Kai. She said that she doesn't like being a bit of a hypocrite, but she still has feelings. Guys, Olivia's draining. I've let you guys know this. I low-key kind of get tired of speaking about her in my reviews, but she seems to clearly, her mic is always on and the producers seem to always give her airtime. But yeah, she's annoying. I mean, this is the same guy whose name you forgot. Let's be real, you forgot Kai's name. So you saying this, oh, you know, I still have feelings, you know. Max is there. Max is there. It's like I said yesterday, lack of self-presence, because you're here talking, oh, I see your true colours. I also see yours, babe, because Max is to your left. Max is to your left. Make it make sense immediately. Sanam did say that she does feel like Kai and her need to have a chat. I already told you guys, I like Sanam. I think she's very mature about the whole situation. She just doesn't like the mix-up or the mess. And yeah, I don't really have much to say other than the fact that Olivia needs to move on. Kai's not checking for you anymore. You're now with your little Maxwell. Wrap the storyline up. Please, wrap up. Let's move on to Kai pulling Olivia for a chat about things. Guys, once again, she's a weirdo. Okay? Olivia's a weirdo. Like, even she was like, oh, when I was in Casa, it was a 50-50 decision. Whether it was 50, 10, 5, 2.0, I don't care. You came back with Max. Whether it was a decision for, and she's lying, okay, because Olivia was very much set on Max the second she saw him anyway, and Kai was even just like, when you came into the villa with him, I was actually very happy for you, and she was just like, I just feel like you were being fake. She needs to honestly let it go. I think the problem with Olivia is she actually wanted Kai to be left single while she's here with Max, so that number one, Kai could be the one to graft for her, and two, another guy can be grafting for her. She's just upset now that only one person is grafting for her, and that one person is Maxwell with the eyes. So I may need her to honestly just let the whole situation go. It's really not that deep. She ended up putting Lana for a chat and said that, oh, he's just so fake. And yeah, it's given Delulu as it has been given, okay? At the end of the day, I feel like her point would only have been made valid if she didn't come back with Maxwell, but she came back with Maxwell, so she really needs to just let it go. Let's move on to the nighttime. Jessie still crying. Guys, like I said, I am surprised, okay? I'm surprised that she honestly had tears left in her body. It's too much. I don't really care. I mean, it really doesn't give, but she was crying, and of course, Will ended up walking past just saying, oh, I'm going to sleep in the doghouse, and she was just like, no, you don't need to sleep in the doghouse outside. You can sleep downstairs in the bed. I'm not heartless, by the way, but I really just don't care for these Karen tears. I really don't. Like, don't get me wrong. Okay, yeah, emotions may be high and stuff, but suck it up. Keep it, like, the tears were too much. If she cried 1 or 2 times, I'd have been like, oh, babe, wipe your eyes, don't worry. But you literally cried for the full, what, 1 hour 20? Be serious, sis. Be actually serious. And yeah, that's all for night one, guys. Like I said, it's going to be a long review. So let's move on to the following morning. Of course, we were told it was Sammie's birthday. You guys know I like Sammie. I think she's a girl's girl. Definitely good vibes. Really pretty as well. Shaq and Will were speaking in bed, speaking about how they are feeling. Tom was saying that he feels like he needs to graft. And Jessie woke up crying. She needs to go home. I think she needs to heal, honestly. And maybe her healing is back home in Australia, because her healing cannot be in this villa again. Because I'll get into that later, but we did get a small glimpse of Sunday's episode and she cries again. It's just given too much for me. We can start off with the girls having their morning chats as they always do. Jessie was bringing it up again. Like I said, wrap up the storyline. Okay, wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Promise you, we don't care as much as you think that we care. And Tanya was saying that, you know, she still loves Shaq. It's not over, but she's still going to try and give it a go with Martin. Like I said, this has been Tanya's reasoning all along. She's going to have 2 guys in the same villa that she likes, and she's going to try and see which one is going to amount to something. Like I said, I do think it's very silly reasoning, because in the process she has, of course, upset Shaq. And yeah, I'm just not really here for Tanya's reasoning right now. How many times do I need to really drag her singlet? I'm not really here for her reasoning. I think she's very naive. I think, and the problem is I don't want to say that she's young, because I know people who are her age. I've got cousins her age and they definitely don't act like that. But I just kind of feel like she needs to just let Shaq feel what he feels. This whole, oh, is it really over? If he said it's over, just let it relax and rest, all right? It's over for now. The guy is clearly irritated and you've got Martin here talking, oh, BS. Fast slap. Okay, actually slap. Let's move on to Tom making Sammie breakfast. He definitely does want to get back into her good books. Nothing much to note here other than the fact that they don't wash their grapes. Not their grapes, sorry, their strawberries. Why don't people wash their strawberries? Are they not scared of diseases and sicknesses? I don't understand that one. But yeah, that's just that. We can next move on to Shaq and Kai talking. He was saying that he is still really in love with her and he is going to definitely chat to Tanya. People are speculating that Shaq sorry guys, people are speculating that Shaq is going to go back to Tanya. If he does, okay, that would be very interesting. But we'll see, because we do know they end up having a conversation later anyway. And what else? Oh yeah, he also mentioned the very valid point that Tanya and Martin don't even look natural. Guys, we've actually been seeing this, like, this is what I don't understand. We are at home and we can even see that Martin's body language is off. What is Tanya seeing that we're not seeing? Can someone let me know quickly? Because I don't actually understand. Guys, we'll even get into them next, right? We'll get into them next. And of course, Tanya and Martin were speaking at the same time that Kai and Shaq were speaking. Guys, the gap between them. The gap. Okay. She was saying that she went to bed and she's woken up feeling very refreshed and happy with her decision. She's gonna regret it. Oh guys, sorry, my leg is going numb. Is it really a Sarah Destiny review? My leg doesn't go numb. But yeah, she's really gonna regret it. I'm sorry. Like, Martin has shown me everything that I needed to know. Like, literally everything that I needed to know. He cannot stay in that villa for long, and it's a shame. Another recoupling needs to happen or something very quickly, because if Tanya stays with Martin, she's going home very soon. Oh, she is going home very soon. Let's move on to Maxwell and Olivia. Not really much to discuss here other than the fact that Olivia did say that, you know, all the obstacles are out of the way. She doesn't know that she's her own obstacle. Guys, I'm telling you, the lack of self-awareness is too much this season. It's so strange to witness. I hope this is not how any of us look in our actual real everyday life to life, because the lack of self-awareness of Olivia, what do you mean obstacles are out of the way? You are your own obstacle. You are your own obstacle. But we didn't really see much of Maxwell in today's episode anyway. Not really much to say about it, if I'll be honest with you. I don't care for Olivia, and unfortunately, because Maxwell's attached to her, I don't care for him either. So they can go home soon. Let's move on to Shaq pulling Tanya for a chat. Tanya said that she wanted to see things through and she wanted to see how things progress with Martin at the same time. Shaq did definitely let her know that, you know, he did feel really betrayed and that he's been really honest. Guys, I'll be honest with you, Shaq hasn't been perfect. Let's state the obvious, but he's been really real. And I do have to rate the fact that he did stay on the daybed and, you know, he wasn't getting to know any other girls. Females can have red flags too as well. Please don't get it twisted. And for me, Tanya is definitely displaying that. You honestly wanted to have your cake and eat it too. 2 guys in the villa, but oh, I'm still going to try and get back in Shaq's good books. It doesn't make sense. I feel like if she really wanted to go for Martin, she should just go for it and that should be it. But if she was going to go for Shaq, then she should have remained loyal on Casa Amor. I mean, you guys have said I love you. You guys have agreed to be exclusive. You guys have done on national TV. Sis, make it make sense, okay? Because I'm not on Tanya's side right now. If you are, let me know. But me, I'm not on her side right now. We can move on to Tanya. Oh yeah, Tanya went to speak to Maxwell and Martin right after that whole conversation. Guys, Martin is mad. I'm letting you guys know, like, he's actually delusional. And the problem that I have with him is that he hasn't been humble in this entire situation. I think that's the problem that I have. It's almost like, oh, the way you feel, I don't like the way that you feel. I don't like the way that you're treating me. Like, read the room at the end of the day. Even that one singlet should have been torn yesterday anyway. When I did tear it small, but let me rip it and drag it today. When they asked him, you know, Martin, how do you feel? Oh, I'm just happy to be here. You've exposed yourself. You've exposed yourself instead of you to so that we can even be deceived, okay? Like, even like Tanya this bit, you could have just said, oh, I'm just happy to really explore my journey further with Tanya. No, I'm just happy to be here. Close it up, bro. Honestly, close it up. But they were literally sitting on separate beds and he was quiet like a church mouse. And of course, I think Tanya was just like, you know, you're not really speaking much. And he was just like, oh, like, when I don't speak, it's because I'm thinking. Tanya fumbled. Big time, okay? big time. Of course, they ended up getting a text, plot twist, that Sammie, Jessie and Cynthia should get ready to speak to Sammie, Jessie and Claudia, sorry, should get ready to speak to the Casa Amor girls, Cynthia, Layla and Lydia. Guys, it's like Love Island producers didn't even care that today was Sammie's birthday. They said violence, okay? Birthday or no birthday, you gonna get us these views. So of course that was a big plot twist, very interesting of the producers too. Guys, I'll be honest, I kind of cringed a bit. I do get why they decided to have the conversation, because yeah, the girls really need to know the real truth, because they just can't allow things to be hunky-dory. And I don't believe there'll be a movie night. Maybe they will be, I don't know, but at the same time I kind of cringed because okay, after the Casa girls finished speaking, what next? They board the flight straight back to Heathrow. I mean, it just wasn't really given. It's just given last cents, you know, just a couple 2 pence here. Let's still get some footage for today's episode. Whilst they were getting ready, of course, Jessie started crying. Guys, like I said, she needs to heal, and that healing is in Australia. Okay? Get her out of that villa. Thank you very much. So we can briefly get into the conversations with the girls and the Casa girls. Cynthia went first, and he said that, you know, Casey said Casey was originally, sorry, interested in Sanam, and then gave her a kiss, and she was on top of him. Claudia was like, oh, no, that shocked me. That defo shocked me. Like I said, Claudia gets major side-eye from me from yesterday's episode. There's no redemption there. Yeah, she gets major side-eye from me, if I'll be honest with you. Like, but at the same time, I do feel like Casey did do Cynthia very dirty. Like I said, it's almost like I just wanted to taste a bit of chocolate. I got a couple kisses here and there, and now I'm actually going to go back to my girl. So Casey, for me, that nice guy act is out the window. You may have a nice smile and nice teeth and nice eyes, but that nice guy act is entirely outside of the window. Of course, you can move on to Lydia. Sammie said she wanted to know everything from start to finish. Lydia was like, oh, you know, Tom never even mentioned you during the whole Casa Amor period, and she started Lydia started crying, and Sammie said that, you know, men are not worth your tears. I hear it, sis. Men are worth your tears. It sucks because, you know, emotions are very rampant. But yeah, that was Lydia. Let's lastly move on to Layla. Kwam sis. Okay. She essentially said to Jessie that he was saying really flirty things, and there was a point that he was saying that, you know, my head is gonna turn. Of course, Jessie started crying again. Guys, it's so weird because, like, as much as I want to believe she's genuine, I feel like just because the tears have been so much, I can't stand. Like, it's really bad. And I tweeted this as well. Like, unfortunately, her tears don't do anything to me. And I'm not a heartless person. You guys already know this, right? We all feel, we're all humans. But Jessie, wrap it up, man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wrap it up. Of course, whilst back at the villa, Casey, Will and Tom were talking, and Tom started crying. Save the tears. Okay, I don't want to hear it. It's an issue that I have with a lot of guys, and I guess a lot of girls as well. When they do certain things, they finally get caught out, and all of a sudden, common sense drops down on you. All of a sudden, you realize what you done was wrong. But were you thinking of anyone else when you were kissing up Lydia, when she was stroking your thighs, when you were doing up cuddles? You weren't. So, like, it's just very irritating. All the Ken tears and Karen tears that I'm seeing are just very annoying to me. Please let me know if you agree, you don't agree. But yeah, you saying, even in his confessions, he was just like, oh, you know, I was just acting out of character. You weren't acting out of character. This is your character. You done exactly what you wanted to do because you felt that it was right, but you had no regard for Sammie's feelings or emotions in the process. Be honest. I mean, honesty is honestly the best policy. I think if he was honest and blunt with it, I wouldn't care as much. But this whole, oh, it was a test. Oh, I can't believe it. You knew what you done. Stop acting silly, please. Of course, the guys were also speaking to Olivia. She made a slight comment. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, right? But Casey was obviously speaking about the whole situation with Claudia, and then Olivia was like, "Oh, like yeah, when I saw Cynthia, like she was looking straight, like she looked like she was just gonna give it straight." I don't know. That comment was a little bit racist to me. Okay, watch your mouth. Okay, watch your mouth. Of course, the girls ended up coming back, definitely giving Charlie's Angels. Okay, and not one of them was smiling. They said that they don't even know where to start. They decided to gather around the fire pit to speak to the other girls. Jessie said that she felt even worse after the chat, and that none of them are truly sorry. I really don't care for Jessie and Will's sob story, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just a bit too much. Like, there's only so much comforting you can do for someone, and I feel like even the girls, every time she cries, they're just like, oh, Jessie. No one's even going up to hug her anymore because they're all so tired. They don't know what to do. Of course, Claudia said that, saying that she said that he thought he would pick her, and even mouthed to her, I'm sorry. I can't believe I even forgot that. But yeah, you guys would have known during the original recoupling that literally Casey was like, to Cynthia, and obviously Claudia didn't see because her head was down. Like I said, Casey was just he was moving hella muggy. I'm sorry, I don't like this whole concept of, oh, lad's holiday. Whilst you're also on a lad's holiday, you should also be respectful. Doesn't make any sense. And Sammie, she made it very clear that she is not sharing a bed with Tom. So of course we did get a glimpse into Sunday night's episode. It's literally going to be the same situation, i.e. Sammie arguing with Tom, Claudia confronting Casey, and Jessie confronting Will and also crying again. Oh gosh, she's actually crying again. Ugh. Guys, what do I say? Okay, what do I say? I think overall, the episode was okay. The crying for me was just a bit, it was just a bit blah. Like, I'll be honest with you, I just felt like it was a bit much. I feel like the guys just need to own up for it. I don't feel like any of them have actually said, I'm sorry. It's just, oh, I'm making her breakfast. Oh, I want you to know it's a test. Like, just say that you're sorry and we can just move along with these storylines. Olivia, annoying, she can go. I've been saying this. Tanya, wake the heck up. Wake the heck up. Like, even though I don't know if Shaq is going to take her back, she needs to wake up and she needs to rise, because the way she's reasoning is not given for me at all. I mean, no, okay? It's just honestly not given. I do think a dumping needs to come very soon, i.e. a public vote, and we can just vote a couple people out. And I really want a few bombshells to come in as well, whether that be girls or boys. Something needs to happen. Like I did already say in yesterday's review, it's so crazy to me that we are literally almost 4 weeks in, I believe, maybe 3.5, 4 weeks, and I don't stand one couple. Right now, Kai and Sanam are actually currently in my good books, but everyone else, I don't really care for anyone else too much. But I'll also want you guys to actually think of that episode down in the comments. As you know, today is Friday, so there is no review tomorrow. Your girl is getting a break. Okay, so I hope you guys do have a lovely weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. But other than that, thank you so much for your love and your support this week, guys. It's been a great week and a lovely week of reviews. So yeah, please take care, guys. Have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you on Sunday. Bye.